very good evening and welcome to the midweek edition of Prime TV News. I'm Ishara now. Tonight it's time for your headlines first. Fourth anniversary of President's ascendance to power marked. The Premier emphasizes on a code of ethics for public representatives. The Air Force support for organ transplantation initiative. Salary of government servants will be raised from this month. Trump demands $5.7 billion for border wall. And now for your news in detail. Fourth anniversary of President Maithripala Sirisena's ascendance to power was marked today. Following President Sirisena's assuming duties in executive presidency, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and the cabinet of ministers took oaths. The president won the presidential election on the 8th of January 2015, bagging more than 6.2 million votes. Accordingly, he took oaths as the sixth executive president of Sri Lanka on the 9th of January 2015. President Sirisena is in politics for more than 4 decades and is one of the most experienced politicians of the country. He used to hold the position of General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party and several other ministerial portfolios. President Sirisena has attracted accolades for his down-to-earth and practical policies. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe says a code of ethics should be introduced to the public representatives. He added that politicians should set an example to the rest of the society. The Premier was speaking at the 75th anniversary of the Karandinia Central College. The Karandinia Central College is known to be one of leading schools in the southern province. The Premier, who attended the anniversary, was warmly welcomed by the students of the Central College and its teaching staff. The newly constructed 3-story building of the school was also vested with the students under the patronage of the Prime Minister. The MOU pertaining to transplanting body parts and organs was signed under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena today. The event took place at the President's office. The MOU was signed between the Ministry of Health, Nutrition and Indigenous Medicine and the Sri Lanka Air Force. Defence Secretary Hemasiri Fernando and Secretary to the Ministry of Health Vasantha Perera inked the document. Minister Rajitha Senaratne, State Minister Faisal Qasim, Presidential Secretary Udaya R. Senaviratne, Director of the Presidential Task Force on Kidney Diseases Prevention Asela Iddewala and Director General of Health Services Dr. Anil Jasinghe were present at the event. It is crucial to transplant organs to save kidney patients who are in serious condition. Under the MOU, the Sri Lanka Air Force will support to transport organs that are needed to surgeries expeditiously. The relevant payment will be made by the National Kidney Fund. When brains of individuals die in accidents, other functioning organs can be granted for the patients who need them. The Ministry of Finance announces that the salary of government servants will be raised from this month. According to the ministry sources, the salary will be raised from 2,500 rupees to 10,000 rupees. The ministry says salary of the government servants has risen by 85% since January 2015. Accordingly, salary of a lowest grade government employee has increased to 21,745 rupees from 11,730 rupees. Anunayaka Thera of the Malvatta chapter of the Shyamopali Mahanikaya, Venerable Dimbul Kumbare Sri Sarnankara Vimalatama Thera, says that President Maithripala Sirisena is rendering a great service for the country as well as for the Sambuddha Sasana. The Venerable Thera appreciated President's simple lifestyle. The Nayaka Thera further said that during the past 4 years, under the leadership of the President, significant service delivered for the public for the betterment of their future, while safeguarding the society from threats like drug menace. The Anunayaka Thera made these remarks addressing a ceremony held at the President's house in Colombo under the President's patronage to hand over Puja Bhumi title deeds for the temples. A judge of Court of Appeal and 3 new Supreme Court judges were sworn in before President Maithripala Sirisena today. The chairman of the Court of Appeal, P.T. Surasena, and judges of Court of Appeal S. Thurai Raja and EAGR Amarasekara took oaths as Supreme Court judges. Meanwhile, High Court Judge K.P. Fernando has been appointed as a Court of Appeal judge. Secretary to the President, Udaya R. Senviratne, was also present at the occasion. Major General Shavendra Silva has been appointed as the Chief of Staff of the Sri Lanka Army. President Maithripala Sirisena has made the appointment. Shavendra Silva played a pivotal role during the war against the LTTE. Shavendra Silva joined the Sri Lanka Army on the 5th of March 1984 and became a commissioned officer on the 16th of November 1985. He led the 58th Brigade during the Vani humanitarian mission. Shavendra Silva has been conferred with many medals, including Veera Vikrama, Vibhushana, Ranashura and Uttama Seva. Minister of Finance and Mass Media Mangala Samaravira will leave for Washington day after tomorrow in a bid to get the IMF External Fund facility back on track, a minister statement said. Minister Samaravira is scheduled to meet with Christine Lagarde, Managing Director, Mitsuhiro Furusawa, Deputy Managing Director, Chan Yong-ri, Director, Asia Pacific Department, Manuel Goretti, Team Leader, and other members of the IMF. Minister Samaravira is expected to discuss the government's intention to continue with IMF reform program. A key objective will be to negotiate the trajectory of continued fiscal consolidation while accommodating policies to support growth and strengthen the social safety net, the statement said. Among those accompanied the finance minister on this visit include the governor of the central bank, secretary to the treasury and other key officials of the central bank and the treasury. Minister of Education Akhila Viraj Karyavasam states that it is compulsory to review current grade 5 scholarship examination process based on child psychology. Minister Karyavasam made this comment at the Grade 5 Scholarship Examination Review Committee. The minister also highlighted that no pressure should be exerted on children due to highly competitive examinations. He stated that support of psychologists, social scientists and education is essential to achieve the aspired target of reducing pressure on the children. The minister also explained that providing scholarships and better schools for the children of low-income families should also be taken into account when formulating policies. Petitions filed against a free trade agreement between Sri Lanka and Singapore was taken up before the Supreme Court. Eight petitions have been filed against the Sri Lanka-Singapore Free Trade Agreement, stating that it violates country's constitution. The petitioners requested the Apex Court to give other date to study functioning of recommendations given by the Presidential Committee, which was appointed to inquire the said FTA. Accordingly, the trial at bar led by Judge Boneka Aluvihara decided to fix the case to the 22nd of May. Meanwhile, Magistrate of Fort ordered today to reissue open warrant on former Sri Lankan ambassador in the US, Jalia Wickramasuriya, and 2 other individuals. The magistrate also ordered to issue the warrant in English as well. He ordered to issue warrant in English as the FCID requested to forward it to the Interpol too. Former ambassador's wife and the sister have also been issued open warrants. They have become personal bonds to Jalia Wickramasuriya. The police presented a progress report on current accounts pertaining to the disputed transaction of $250,000 done through a private organization called PPP International. Meanwhile, the Colombo High Court indicted former mayor of Kotte, Janaka Ranawaka, and another individual on hacking a computer database belonging to the former deputy mayor of Kotte. The Attorney General has filed a case against the suspect for hacking a computer of the former deputy mayor of Kotte in 2013. They have been litigated under the Computer Crimes Law. The case will be taken up again on the 28th of February. Newly appointed Governor of the Central Province, Maitri Gunaratne, visited victims of the recent fire at a multi-story building at Yatinora Street in Kandy. Five members of a family sustained injuries due to a fire occurred at the multi-story building at the Yatinora Street due to gas leakage yesterday. The victims are receiving treatments at the Kandy General Hospital. Maitri Gunaratne visited the Kandy General Hospital, had a cordial chat with the injured family members. Parents of the family were subjected to a minor surgery. Governor of the Central Province Maitri Gunaratne and the Governor of the Uva Province Kirti Thinnakon called on chief prelates of Malvatta and Askiri chapters and obtained blessings. The governors initially met chief prelate of the Malvatta chapter, Most Venerable Tibbatuave Sri Sumangalathera, and Anunayaka of the Malvatta chapter, Venerable Niyangoda Sri Vijitasiddhi Thera later. Afterwards, they visited Askiri Viharya and called on chief prelate of Askiri chapter, Most Venerable Varakagoda Sri Jnanaratana Thera. Governor of the Uva Province Kirti Thinnakon told the media that they are ready to fulfill their duties as individuals who represent the new generation. He added that the wish of the President and the general public to solve the burning issues of the country. He promised to live up to such noble wishes. Governor of Central Province Maitri Gunaratne said that the President has pledged to give immediate solutions to hot-button issues in the Kandy city, including waste management, pollution and traffic congestion. The governor also said that it is the duty of them to make the city a clean and pollution-free place.
එතුමාවත් ශක්තිමත් කරලා මධ්‍යම පළාතව බබලවන්න තමයි මගේ ඒකායන බලාපොරොත්තුව.
The Special Crimes Investigation Unit of Mirihana Police has arrested two suspects who have tried to solicit a ransom. According to the Police Investigation Unit, the suspects have demanded a ransom of 3.5 million rupees from a resident of Homagama, hurling threats over the telephone. The raid was made following a complaint lodged with the DIG of the Western Province. The two suspects were arrested with the mobile phones that were used to demand the ransom. The culprits are residents of Kadwela and Homagama. Meanwhile, a stock of drugs and pharmaceuticals that had been taken to Madarigiriya from Colombo without due permission from the Dangerous Drugs Control Board was seized. The stock of drugs was found in an abandoned land block. According to the Madarigiriya police, the suspects have buried the illegal stock and it was located following a tip-off received by the police sleuths. 3 people were killed in an accident took place at the Ayakachia junction in Palay. The number of women migrated for foreign jobs has reduced considerably. In 2018, 211,502 individuals have left the country for foreign jobs. Out of the total number, female migrants stand at 66,971. It is 31.07% of the total migrants left for foreign jobs during the past year. In 2017, the figure was 32%. According to the Foreign Employment Bureau, migrant workers going to developed world, including European countries, has also showcased a positive trend. Migrants left for skilled professions has increased by 11% last year. 3 people were killed in an accident took place at the Ayakachia junction in Palay. The accident was resulted as a trishaw and army truck collided head-on at the Ayakachia junction on the A9 road. 3 people, including the driver of the trishaw, were rushed to the Palay hospital and all of them succumbed to injuries. The deceased are residents of Palay and Sullipuram. The driver of the army truck has been taken into custody following the accident. Meanwhile, another individual was killed in a road accident at the Gal Amuna area of the Pasiala-Girula main road. The accident was resulted as a trishaw and a tipper collided head-on. The driver of the trishaw was killed on the spot. The deceased is a 52-year-old resident at the Migastena area. The Mirigama police station conducts further investigations. The traffic on the Ginigathena-Laksapana road was obstructed as a container truck that was transporting a stock of steel from the Colombo port to Ginigathena toppled. Nobody sustained injuries due to the accident. According to police sources, the accident happened when the vehicle was plying in a bend.
Now it's time for your daily Biz News update.
Sri Lanka's government plans to increase government spending by 13.2% from last year to nearly over $24.5 billion or Sri Lankan 4.47 trillion rupees. Accordingly, government also plans to maintain the 2019 budget deficit at 4.8% of GDP, unchanged from an estimated 4.8% in 2018. Sri Lanka's Finance Minister Mangala Samaravira will present the 2019 budget on 5th March 2019. Finance Minister had also sought cabinet approval for a 2.1 trillion rupees borrowing next year, up 10.5% from its estimate for 2018. Meanwhile, the country's central bank governor, Dr. Indrajit Kumaraswamy, had said that government must repay a record $5.9 billion in 2019, including a $3 billion fresh borrowing. The Sri Lanka government, however, has not revised country's medium-term budget deficit target of 3.5% of GDP by 2020.
And that wraps it up for today. Do join us again tomorrow at the same time. But for more information till then, you can visit www.itnnews.lk. I'm Ishara Nautunna. Have a good night.